Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode. And before we jump into it, I want to give a shout out to Haven Cottage Investments. They do things like sell a house, buy a house, rent a house, lease a house, sleep a house, and eat in a house, or even party in a house. They do everything. And if you have any questions or you want some advice, give a call to the number in the description, or in email would work, or anything else by carrier bird, or by a visit. Yeah. Hope you enjoy the show.
One more podcast.
Change it though.
Wait, change what?
Change your voice.
How would you change your voice?
You can do the voice pop like that. That's what a lot of people do.
What do you mean?
What
does that do?
Voice pop.
What does that do?
It's what people do to try to make their voice sound deeper, but it doesn't. It's not really where you want.
That's where you want it.
You want to speak farther in the. You want to talk a little bit farther in your face.
You want to search deeper within.
But I'm gonna do Harry Potter today.
What is Harry Potter?
Hello, Harry.
That's not Harry Potter at all.
No. This is like in the background.
I do.
Yeah.
This is British kid in the background of Hogwarts where Harry shows up for no reason and he's just like, "Whoa, it's Harry Potter," or something like that.
That's like
I didn't know that.
It's Harry. Hello, Harry. You gotta be breathy.
What movie was that?
Just any movie.
Oh, all of the movies.
Yeah, there's always some kid who's like, "It's Harry Potter."
What if
You
all
know.
the
that
movies
actually
said that?
did sound like one of the kids.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, welcome back
And
to
I'm
the
the
One More
expert.
Podcast. Oh, no, you're good. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, we are live. We've been live for the past 10 minutes.
Shit.
Oh, fun.
How many viewers?
That's not how I wanted to start.
Well, I mean, you can start now.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
No, you're the host.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, no, that's fine.
I don't want to step on it.
All right, so this is a special podcast. I had to drive like 3 hours to get here because I'm no longer at
3
UNT.
hours?
But everyone else
Gigs
here
first go.
are still. Everyone's still at UNT, right? We're not like.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Everyone except for you.
Okay, so I'm the only one. I'm the odd one out. See, so I dropped out after my summer classes. Really hated UNT.
Dropped out after graduation.
Dropped out after graduation. But yeah, so we're here, and I figured this would be kind of a nice special episode where we're all talking about UNT. Just getting into why we're here, where do we want to go from here, kind of do a deep dive of like why did we choose UNT.
Was it worth it?
Yeah. No, like seriously, like, was it worth it and stuff like that. So, really to kick it off, I guess we can start from the very, very beginning. So, was everyone's majors BCIS initially, or was it?
No, actually, no.
All right, Jackie, what was? Oh, I'm so rude. I didn't introduce everybody. Wow, I know all of you guys, so why do I need to introduce you guys? All right, so on my left we have
Do I introduce myself?
Go for it.
My
You're on
name
his
is
left.
Jackie.
Jackie, and then on my catty corner we have,
Greg Buckingham.
and then on my forward we have
Jared. I wish it was Buckingham. That sounds cool, but
Jared
That's
Buckingham.
last name.
just Jared Amos.
It's almost as cool as Butler. That's
Oh, I
a
thought
cool name,
it was Amos, not Amos.
It is Amos, but people are retarded. So imagine, saying Amos.
Sounds
what
like-
they think.
Sounds like anus.
Hey
Yeah.
Jared, do you mind moving the mic closer? If you're gonna lay back like that, it's totally fine. Just
No.
no. You can. No, I want you to be relaxed. I don't want you to like be all stiff and stuff.
I
Like
wanna.
He's like this
please
the whole
you.
time.
that. Okay, all right. Well, all right. Anyways, getting back to what Jackie was saying. So you did not start off as a BCIS.
No.
What
I
did you
didn't.
start off
I
with?
started off as, I think I was economics.
Really?
Actually, yeah. And then I changed to something I can't remember what it was.
Wait, it wasn't BCIS.
No.
What? How far down was BCIS for you?
It was like, well, I didn't like go to the advisor and say, hey, this is what I want to do. But
Mm-hmm.
in my mind, I was like, I'm going to work towards being an economics major. And
Okay.
then I was like, okay, now I'm going to work towards being, I don't remember what the other one was.
Was it like fine
something else.
arts?
No, never. No offense to fine arts people.
No,
but
much.
I wanted
offense.
to drop,
Super
so.
offense. All right. So wait. So what started you on economics?
Honestly, the money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm just going to say that's a big driver for me. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But then I liked BCIS because it was entertaining and puzzle problem solving was fun. So
That's
I know
true.
that's kind of weird, but
I mean, I don't know. We're all problem solvers here, except
Yeah.
for Greg, right?
Yeah.
Greg's asking how to solve
I have
it.
my way of getting around things.
That's
so.
true. So what about you, Greg?
Well, when I first started college, I was
That's right. You're not homegrown UNT.
No, I'm not. I started in Florida.
Ugh.
And I was honestly thinking of going
Florida.
towards marketing because
Really?
it sounded interesting to me. But then I took one BCIS class in the school in Florida, and I mean it was just the simple working with Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Access, all that
Really?
stuff. And it was super simple
Yeah.
to me. Other people were struggling with it surprisingly, but once I got a grasp on that, I thought, you know what, computers are pretty interesting. They're the future. There's going to be jobs in this field, so I just kind of blindly jumped into BCIS and thought, I'll make this my major. And I haven't backed out. I know a lot of people switch majors, 2 or 3 times, but I just stuck it out. I
Really?
haven't entirely enjoyed it, but
Uh-huh.
I'm one class away, so I'm going to finish it, of
I mean,
course.
you could probably drop out right now. That'd be good.
yeah,
Okay.
I think that's what made me change my major is I took a BCIS class. But my BCIS class wasn't like the 2610 at NCTC was actually Microsoft Access. So, and we built a whole database, and that was really fun for me.
Yeah.
But then I realized that I missed out on all the other things that I probably should know, but whatever.
Oh, well, I mean, Access is cool. Databases are cool. So, and what about you, Jared?
Well, I always knew BCIS was an option because my father basically did that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do engineering, and I dropped that immediately when we got to freshman orientation because their schedule was awful.
What do you mean their schedule?
You would take the bus to Discovery Park at
Sure.
like 6 a.m.
Sure.
Then you'd like have a 5-hour break until your next class at 6 p.m.
Ah.
So I decided, you know what, that's a lot of work, so
Yeah.
BCIS it is. Which basically to me, BCIS was like easy computer science.
True.
Yeah.
Yep.
To a certain extent, but I mean, I feel like there's a lot of different abilities that we learn.
That they do, they don't. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
They do not know databases half the time.
They don't
Wait,
take
really?
networking. They don't take networking.
They don't take networking. Yeah. So we have like more hardware knowledge half the time than they do, and they have no idea about the packets and the SYN-ACK 3-way handshake,
Wow.
They don't know about Active Directory domain structures and all that, so...
They're mainly just programmers, is that correct?
Yeah.
I think they must learn most of their stuff on the job, because they kind of just hammer home the basics for their languages,
Mm-hmm.
and then they hope they get the skills on the job. Meanwhile, we kind of get some pretty good project experience, now that I think about it.
Yeah. I definitely say we timelines and learning how to deal with other people and that like essentially project management. I think that's been a overarching theme, right?
Yeah,
You guys
yeah,
agree?
affirmative, yes.
I'm not the only crazy one here
That
who's
or,
like,
like-
wait, am I supposed to be learning this?
Yeah.
Well, anyways.
Database architecture or like something like that.
Yeah. So then moving forward, by the way, I was no, just kidding. I applied to the UNT as a physics major. I was going to be a teacher, and then I was like, no, that's all right. And then I did economics, I did like business economics because I knew I wasn't wanted to be in the school of business, just because I felt like it was a more applicable degree. And then I think the farthest economics course I took was intermediate macro. So I took the intros and got an intermediate macro, but then I was like, I don't really know if I want to do economics. And then I was like, all right, IT, business, computer information systems is just the way to go. So
And you almost went for like a double major, or
I wanted to do like
a minor
minor
decision
computer
science or something like
Yeah,
I
that.
hear
decision
that
or computer
though.
science.
I hear that. I did too.
Yeah.
Like we talked about
You
that.
wanted
to?
We've talked.
Oh, okay.
No, we wanted like both of us wanted to, and I don't know. Our advisor advised me against it. At least she was like,
really?
"Yeah." She was like, "You shouldn't do that because
It's going to be hard.
it would I think push back my graduation time to probably about where it actually is going to be now." So I probably could have done it, but yeah, next semester I'm just taking one class.
Yeah, that was the same. I don't know if my advice, because okay, here's my relationship with the advisors is they just sign the thing saying you can sign up for classes. Like I know some people, and I mean no fault to anyone who they have like an intimate relationship.
Yeah.
No.
But like I was just in there, I kind of figured out what I wanted to do, and I don't know. I felt the advisors were kind of half-assed.
Can we name names in here?
Yeah, go for
Okay,
it.
cool.
Do first names. Don't
Okay.
do last names though.
All right.
But yeah, first names. Go for it. So who are your advisors?
Donna,
Donna. Okay.
and she's actually the head of the department.
Oh yes. Okay. I know who
And
you're
Donna
talking
Moore?
yes, yes.
about. There you go. No,
Come on,
honestly,
man.
honestly, we're not that big. We only have like 10,000 followers, so not many people are gonna listen to it. So,
Where do they
But,
listen to?
like YouTube and stuff.
I saw like 9 views though.
Yeah, I know. I lied about that.
Like initially, I went downstairs to like the general advisors,
Uh-huh.
and they were just kind of like,
Oh, like outside the business?
no, just downstairs.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
like
yeah,
in
yeah.
the College of Business. But they were. I guess I got paired with like what is it? Pre-business advisor. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like a admissions thing, or
I don't know, but she didn't really know what she was talking about, and
Ah, okay.
so then after that, I talked to Donna because I had her in class, and
Sure.
she was like, "You need to come see me in my office," and so I just ever since then it was like,
oh, that was you. That you just went straight to her for
yeah,
everything.
for everything.
Oh.
That's like not normal. That's like above. She's personal.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
Special treatment.
Yeah, that was special.
that's not special treatment.
That's totally. Yeah, no, I don't even know. My
Us
advisor's
ladies,
name.
we gotta stick together.
That's very true. No, but yeah, same thing, Jared. I had like maybe 3 or 4 different advisors, and
Yeah.
they were just like, "Oh yeah, okay, you need to do this and then do that," and I was like, "All right, cool, all right, bye." And then I would sign
I
myself.
think I've gone to advising twice. The first time I went there, it was a bad experience, and then the second one, she was nice at least, but it was kind of a bad experience also.
So
Oh, I'm
why not
sorry.
stand in line for 3 hours to?
No,
do
I signed
this?
up with an appointment, but the first lady, I don't know her name, and I think you said that you had her once before too. She was one with
Oh yeah. Okay.
Miss.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I went in there all upbeat and happy and excited. And, I was just going to discuss my plan and what she thought, and she just kind of shot everything down, and was really honestly just rude to me. And I didn't do anything. I didn't know what her problem was. Maybe she was
I think she
flustered with other students. But I think you had that appointment the same day as I did or something.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what her problem was. But
I feel like some of those advisors are kind of past the point of when they should be in this school. No offense. I think maybe someone should take the big R. But no. So speaking of like advising and stuff like that, were you ever had to keep track of the or were they like the organization events or something like that? Like when we first got into the College of Business, they were like,
you were forced to do some gay activities.
yeah, you're supposed to do like an organization.
Just to sign up for your classes.
I think so. Yeah. They had like that. Did you guys not?
I didn't have to do that.
Really? Are you serious?
The only thing I had to do, because I was a transfer student.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they
okay.
did
All right,
that
that's
too.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, so
You guys missed out on the fun crowd.
Way to go,
dude.
us.
You get here, so me and you all here, freshman and sophomore year. You
Yeah.
get here. The biggest stress in the world is, kids, you can't sign up for your classes until you get advised. By the way, to get advised, you also have to do these workshops.
Yeah.
That's what they call them.
Oh.
And you never had time to do
That's
these
why.
workshops.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like, I was like, okay, all right, how do I validate that I've been in this workshop? I need to sign up for my classes. So, well, you guys are lucky. I mean,
Yeah, you guys didn't have to
what
do
exactly
that.
were the workshops?
You had to, you had a couple choices. They would have a job fair. You could go to that. They had a couple seminars. You
I
could go
don't
to
remember
those.
any job fair. I thought there were mostly seminars
It would-
and like.
Was
I
like
wasn't sure. It was like a seminar or
I
something.
went to one on accident. It was like a resume building one or
Okay.
something, and it was kind of not useful, and I don't know.
Yo, the resume builders. I think I've been to like maybe 1 or 2. They've never helped.
They
Yeah,
do not
yeah.
know what they're doing, dude.
Yeah.
Like it was, because I know like the last semester or the previous semester from that, it was, what was it, Allstate, or what is the company? What are like the major companies? Because companies,
I know it was all
it's
State
Fidelity,
State Farm. State Farm was the
Allstate.
big one.
I'm saying Allstate.
Same
It's
thing.
State Farm.
State
Whatever.
Farm.
They're all insurance.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was the State Farm, and then they had like 3 or 4 people.
From HR and of any of our partner companies.
Yeah, and they just were like grading your resume.
Yeah.
And
every single time you would go though, like I've done it like at least 3 times. Every single time they change it, like completely different formatting. So
Oh,
there's
really?
no point. There's absolutely
Wow.
no point in going.
Wow,
It's like
that's really painful.
Everyone grading it is on a different page. I'm
Exactly,
sure. It's-
exactly.
It's opinion based, so some people might think
totally
Well, I
this is
don't know.
opinion
perfect.
based.
And then
No, it is.
a lot of them, I'm sure, think this is a pretty good resume. But
Some
how
people,
can I correct
some
them?
people want to
And,
see your
Oh,
GPA
yeah.
first. Some people want to see your academics first. Some people want to see like your skills first because they're like, "What do you have experience experience and what have you done already? And so like there's no like perfect way to build a resume, I think. I think it's all subjective.
Well, I feel like there's like a universal format because like I feel like with mine, I've like every few months I'm like, okay, how can we make this look better? How can we like refine it and stuff like that? And so I don't know, man. I probably edited my resume a few times, but like never anything drastic. It was just like, oh, I'm gonna change the wording of I did this thing to I did this thing, but make it sound good.
You change your resume every month?
Like I don't know, every few months. At least when I was in school. When I was in school and I was applying to everything, I changed it every few months. I mean, I just recently changed it again just because I'm moving to Austin and stuff. And
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, fun fact: I'm gonna go to Austin next month, and then hopefully go to UT for my MBA. So I don't know. I
That's
still
exciting.
need to study and take the GMAT, but that's the plan. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. Yeah.
I change my resume maybe once a year.
Really?
I do once a semester.
Once a semester.
Yeah.
I think
maybe twice. It depends. This semester I think I've changed it like twice.
It depends on if a class assignment requires your resume.
Like
it depends. It
Then I'll update
depends on the job I'm applying for. So like I'll change it up a little bit when I'm applying for a job to make sure that it's a little more specific to that job.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I changed
cater to that.
Yeah.
I changed my cover letters. That's what I changed. I think
do that.
the resume is generally the same for all the companies I've
cover
ever done.
letters so much though.
Okay, did you guys take technical writing?
No,
Or do you do
No.
creative writing or
I
whatever
took
they call
neither.
it? Oh, okay, so you brought that over from your previous,
Yeah.
your English credit or whatever it is?
Comp 1 and Comp 2 online.
Yeah. No, technical writing was actually really, I learned a lot.
I mean, I know how to write, but I don't like it.
Well, no, but with technical writing, 1700 and 2700, they just teach you how to properly write business emails and stuff like that. And I think the first class was more focused on your grammar and syntax and like sentence structure and stuff like that. But then the second one, 2700, we wrote a resume and cover letter, and the teacher was like, "Yeah, just this is what it's supposed to look like." And that's it. Move forward. And so, I mean, I pretty much kept the same resume / cover letter, just modified it for whatever job I was applying to.
That'd be a good class to actually take.
It really was. Jared, did you take that class?
No. I still can.
Okay.
I'm going to be the senior taking speech next semester for my graduation.
Oh, nice.
But
Are you serious?
You can swap. Yeah. You can swap it with tech writing, and a couple of people told me you should probably take that.
Do tech writing.
Speaking of seniors taking lower level classes, so this semester I was supposed to take an elective for BCIS. Well, I decided to retake 2610 because I didn't get the 2610.
Why?
I should not have done it.
Why?
I just shouldn't have done it.
It didn't
But-
transfer or something?
No, it did. No, it transferred. It's just I wanted to take the Excel class, the Dreamweaver, and like the PowerPoint, even though like I kind of already know all that stuff
they
already.
updated the course. Didn't
Yeah.
They teach new material.
We didn't have Dreamweaver when we did
Yeah, I didn't do Dreamweaver.
And so,
project.
so I was like, okay, well, I'll just take it and see what happens. And it's a little demanding.
Is it really?
But I mean, like, you
It's
just
a lot
follow
of
the
steps.
directions.
Sure.
A
But
lot of
like,
steps.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember taking 2610, and that was project, Jared?
Yeah, we had Excel project and all that, and it was
Yeah.
just 30 steps that you had to go through to get the project done or whatever.
I feel like a lot of that, at least the intro courses, was just like, okay, here's what it is, and just follow the steps. And there was a lot of people that were messing up, which I didn't necessarily understand.
Yeah.
You
just
just
follow
follow
the
the
instructions.
instructions.
Exactly, just follow
It's
Step
really,
1, go to this thing and type this thing.
It just takes a while.
I
So
guess.
you're like,
Yeah.
like I mean, it's really easy. It's really easy.
Yeah, no,
But
I
it just
agree.
you have to sit there for a while, and it's like, why am I doing this to
My
myself?
2610 wasn't like that at all. I had to retake it, or it was different from the Florida school. So when I took it to NCTC, there was no Access, Excel, or anything. It was strictly just a management information systems book.
Oh,
And
nice.
so-
Wait, that's right. I remember
I
that
don't know
now.
what was
It was
right.
in my
You
S.
took it at-
Yes,
Oh, okay,
I took
you
it at
took it at
NCTC,
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
what's NCTC? Remind me again.
North Central Texas College. It's in Corinth.
Oh, okay, so both of you guys went there?
Yeah, well, they
Probably-
have multiple campuses. They have one in Gainesville. That's the one I took.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I took it
okay.
online because if I have the choice, I'm going to take it online.
Sure, of course. I don't know. I feel like we're bouncing off of what you said with the online classes. I feel like in school classes, you get more out of it. I don't know.
Kind of, but if it's something like organizational behavior.
Oh,
like-
okay, yes, I did take that online. I did take that online.
Heck yeah.
It was for, I think, for the final exam or something like that. We all met at the library, and we literally, like, 2 people took it and then recorded all the answers, and then then the next batch of people took it. And so after, like, maybe 2 or 3 waves of people, everyone else was just guaranteed, like, A's or 100. So
because they had all the questions and everything.
yeah, it was like the same cycle of questions.
Yeah,
So.
me and Angela would sit next to each other.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But you see, that's cheating, guys. We're robbing
We would just
ourselves
sit
out
next
of
to
it.
each other.
Oh, okay.
that OB was just for like psychopaths. It's teaching you that employees don't like to work overtime with no pay.
Yeah, that's true.
Employees don't like to wake up at 6 o'clock to work. Employees have emotions, by the way, and feelings. I mean, it was made for a sociopathic managerial class of America.
You'd be surprised, though, like, how, I don't know, I work in a restaurant right now, and management is not great in restaurants. Like, it's just terrible. And they don't care. They don't care about, like, a lot of stuff. And so, like, it's sometimes that needs to be said to someone.
I think we all come from, I worked Brahms, which I don't call that a restaurant, but
It is a restaurant.
It is.
It's
a high quality
fast-
restaurant.
Customer
It's
service.
like high quality fast food, I guess.
Yo, I love Brahms.
But like, I feel like a lot of us have worked probably food industry, and I would just label food industry in general that they're just awful. They mistreat employees, and they know they can.
What about Chick-fil-A?
Yeah,
Well-
I was gonna step in and say, but
Chick-fil-A is like the golden goat if you're wanting to work
But, like-
fast food.
Okay, so I work for a corporation that I'm not going to mention on here because I still work for them.
wait,
but
was it the
they're-
same corporation that you were
Yes,
working? Okay,
yes,
all right,
yes.
cool.
But their corporate offices are really their training is really good and all that stuff. But for some reason, sometimes they don't have good management. They just
Really?
don't have good managers, and they're just crazy.
Well, why don't you be manager?
Oh,
Take up the
Please,
throne,
please.
and
because I want to be off on the weekends.
that's true. That's very true. Jackie, you mentioned something previously about something, and I was gonna try and branch off of that, but I don't know. So, have you guys been super applying this stuff? Has UNT been? Oh, okay. Well, that's a great question. How much has UNT pushed you to apply to stuff? Because I was left in the dark.
You mean apply for jobs? Or apply
Yeah,
on
job
college?
stuff, scholarships, extracurricular, just like whatever. Literally, UNT has left me in the dark.
Donna has pushed me.
Well, that's your relationship with Donna, though.
Personal relationship with like the
Sorry.
director.
You see,
But like, yeah.
so what? She's like calling you every day. Hey,
No,
Jackie.
no,
Hey,
it's
Jackie,
you-
my friend at Goldman
She texts
Sachs said he needed a BCIS student.
Yo, real quick. Do you guys remember who? What was his name? Who was the guy who we took Java with him for his first level job?
Gines.
Gines.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, he had a student aide or whatever, and he got him a job at HP or something like that, and I felt so
It was
bad.
like-
Is that J kid?
Yeah,
Jay?
Jake or
IBM.
Jay?
I thought it was IBM.
What was it?
I
IBM?
thought it was Jay.
I mean,
I don't
even
know.
better. It's
Yeah.
I just
Jay, yeah.
Yeah, it was IBM, I bet.
I heard Jay was applying for State Farm or something. Regardless, he was a smart kid, but he was
Right.
so
He had an
weird.
attitude. He
But
had an attitude.
I remember
He was
before
so
I
weird.
Was it
before I took
Asperger's?
Java, I don't know what it was.
think it was
Before I took
Asperger's.
Java, I think
Uh-huh.
he was actually a decision science major.
he was.
But I
And he
mean,
double majored.
He was a genius.
Right.
But before I even took Java, I saw him in the computer lab taking a statistics test, and he's sitting in front of his chair, bobbing his head back and forth while he's taking this test.
I mean,
and you
I
see
mean,
him
I'd
like
do that.
typing answers in,
Yeah.
and like slamming his fist on
Oh,
the
dang.
keyboard, hitting enter,
That's
and
weird.
then he had like a freak out moment because he needed a sheet of paper to, I guess, write something
Aw.
Well,
out.
the point was
he
not
grabbed-
to crap talk other people.
Well, let me
point-
finish
Where's
this.
the point,
Let me
Greg?
finish
Yeah,
this.
what's
Other
the
than
point?
he's
What's the
weird.
universal connection, Greg?
I don't know. He's weird.
Give me the There it is.
Regardless of the job he gets, he's gonna have to have someone watch him and make sure.
I'm
he
sure
doesn't
he'll
screw
grow
things
out
up.
of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's just.
I don't know.
I don't know,
it's-
dude.
I mean,
There are a lot of
I-
people
I-
out
yeah.
there that are really smart or really good
Right.
at something, but they just don't understand how to socialize or interact with other people.
Well, dude, it's just like we came from high school, right? And I figured college was going to be different. The herd would thin.
Yeah.
Got into college, same demographic percentages of, not like racial-wise, but of personality types and abilities in college. And
Yeah.
then it just goes straight through the jobs. And, there's people at my office that have very bad social issues.
Uh-huh.
It's
And
just,
your office is.
I work over at UNT System.
Gotcha. Okay.
But You're like, you don't have a real job yet.
No. I mean, honestly, it was like when we were in class
That's better
and
than
stuff
what
like
I'm
that.
doing. I'm waiting tables right now.
It makes more money, I'm sure, though.
Probably. I don't know.
I don't know.
But no. So the UNT systems, I think. So was that on, like, trying to pull it back to the point where I was brought up before about UNT engagement and stuff like that. Was that like a teacher said, "Hey, go do this"?
No.
Oh,
that was me, like, having crackdown. I need to make money, or parents are gonna like kick me out type deal.
Kick you in the butt.
Basically, it was keep working at Brahms and hate myself or hate life, or finally get something better. So I shotgun applied online for the UNT Eagle jobs.
Right.
And got rejected by about 4 or 5, and finally got the one.
Oh, okay.
Doing IT support.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, I don't know. I feel like with universities and stuff like that, and I feel even in what was it, 4610? Was it 4610? We designed, or we tried to design the
Career Connect.
the Career Connect. Yeah. Like, is that? Have you heard anything about that?
Actually,
anymore?
yes, I have.
Oh, really?
They ended up going with a third party.
Oh, of course.
They didn't use the students.
No,
Of course not.
It's I think it's called Handshake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, what's Handshake?
Dude, everything's through Handshake. I didn't know that was new though.
It's
Okay.
it's brand new.
So Handshake's this. It's kind of like a social. What do you call them? Social media.
It's like
a
LinkedIn.
social.
It's like a LinkedIn for UNT.
Except there's, that's where the job fairs. If you want to go to the job fair,
You
go
register
sign up
through
there.
Handshake and all that stuff.
And
now.
apparently, I wasn't aware of it until recently. They have all the jobs on there for UNT jobs, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And if you wanted to do the 4800 like you did, it's through Handshake.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
I heard that since you are working for UNT right now, Abraham.
Yeah.
Abraham.
Yeah.
He is hiring right now.
He wanted to hire me.
Yeah.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard.
I
about
loved.
this.
Okay, so
Why didn't he? Or
why didn't I?
Or why didn't you? Yeah, man.
Why didn't you?
I didn't take him up on it. He wanted to give me a tier 4. And do you guys know anything about tiers?
No. Yeah.
Tier 1 is
Tier
like
one's-
your call center support. Tier 2 is the guy that I am now, where you physically go help people on their computers, install stuff, troubleshoot. Tier 3 is application support, so you would say I'm really good at Microsoft SQL or something. Tier 4 is right above that, and I'm not even sure what that is.
Well,
But-
then why did you
Why
take
did
tier
you
4?
do it?
Because my boss, who used to work for Abraham, said he's a psychopath. He is
What do you mean?
He is apparently, from what she told me, Big Brother. He has keyloggers on your computer. He watches you at all times. For example, if you were out, you'd come to your office and he'd say, "Where were you?" And you'd say, "I was helping somebody over here." He said, "Okay, let's go check. Let's go check with them if you were helping them."
Are you serious?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Now, what I always wonder
That's
about,
super creepy.
what I always wonder about though, is if he really liked me, maybe I would have been his golden boy that could do no wrong. You know?
Like, it
That's true.
depends.
Maybe that would have been how it was. So
Yeah.
I could have missed out.
It could have just been his perception of that person, though.
It could have been. So I might have totally missed the boat.
I mean, well, no. I mean, I definitely think that could happen, just because at the company that I'm working now, our IT guy, he's literally has access to everything. So Abraham's just as smart as him, or maybe even smarter. I wouldn't doubt that there's keyloggers, and he can monitor what you're doing on your computer. Literally, just pop open a screen and say, "Okay, what's Jared looking at?" And all this kind of stuff.
I mean, it came down to mistrust. He didn't trust his employees, from what I was told by my boss, and I just decided not to do it just because of that.
No, yeah, I can agree with that. Just because I think a work environment is really important.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I really love where I'm working at right now. Just because, one, they're allowing me to telecommute from Austin, and two, it's a very relaxed environment. Like the organizational behavior, my boss must have taken that class like 18 million times. He's got this it down to a freaking T. Like he
just understands people and their needs and everything.
It's a very laid back, very relaxed environment.
Where was it again that you got?
Cardinal Tracking.
Cardinal Tracking.
Yeah, it's off of 35.
Okay.
So come visit me at work, right?
Yeah, no, you called me about.
Yeah. I think
I never did go for that interview because I just got busy.
Well, we ended up not doing the position anyways. So
Perfect.
Yeah.
Even better.
Like literally, I think maybe a day after talking to you guys, it was just like, nope, we're done. so I didn't get to blast out everyone because then I was literally, and I forget, Greg, did I tell you, or I might have been mid.
I'm so lost.
Oh, okay, all right. So there was a position, and they were being offered it, and so I was just blasting everyone. And I literally think I was about to either text you or make a phone call or something, and then my boss walks over. He's like, "Hey, we're not doing the position anymore."
Oh, the
like,
position opening, and you were telling your friends.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
He was trying to flood it with UNC.
yeah, I was literally everybody come, but yeah. So I don't know. I think
That'd have been really fun though.
Wait,
that was
like,
really cool.
so I could have
Well,
potentially
you're
gotten the job with you?
Well, no,
It was
because
like
he-
a lower job. And he made sure to say on the phone, he's like, you wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. It's kind of like just a tech.
Was
yeah,
it
it's a
like-
tech support.
Would you be on the phone with clients and
Yeah.
like actually fixing things?
Yeah,
in the software?
you'd be remoting in, and then
Okay.
we'd have the physical software, and then you would either have to look at the database or look wherever and try and figure out what they're doing wrong. So,
Okay.
and then also I think some of the techs they actually, and part of the reason why I really like this job is I haven't yet, but I think the longer that you're there and the more you understand and learn everything. Whenever we sign on a new client, do a product install, you get to fly out and install and do training and
Oh,
set up and
cool.
stuff like that. So yeah, a bunch of people have been all over the country. So,
Oh, yeah, you set him up.
Are
on
they a
it.
private company?
Yeah, like in terms of being on the stock market.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think they're a
okay,
private company.
okay.
Why did
so.
you want to invest?
No, I was just wondering. I find that fascinating. Like the decision to become private and not be. I think it's actually very strategic.
I think it
And-
comes down. Doesn't it just come down to like when the owners want to sell out?
Well, there's only one owner. He's some old fart who. Okay, I shouldn't say old fart. He's an old man who lives in Florida, and he's got one or two other companies that he started, and he's like the head honcho guy, and I guess he's just making enough money, and he doesn't want to go public. I guess. I don't know.
Sorry for cutting you off, Jackie.
Oh no, you're good.
Yeah,
I
so
don't-
go.
what-
I'm
what was
sorry
I
for cutting
saying?
you.
What was I even
The
saying?
strategic.
You're saying it was
That
strategic.
was the end of it.
Oh, really? Is it? Oh, okay.
Why is it more strategic? I wanted to hear that.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
it's harder for
Miss
competitors.
Economics.
It's harder for competitors to know what's going on. So, like, you're not at the mercy of, say, other people in the stock market. So, so people can't tell really what your financials are because you don't have to report them, and so you can keep a lot of things behind closed doors, and it makes it harder for your, like, I don't know, what are they called?
Peeps.
Shareholders?
Spies.
No, not shareholders, because like, they're
People who
competitors. They're competitors.
Oh.
I was just trying to find another word for that.
Well, I mean, no, that's true.
Enemies.
It's right. I mean, because in the capstone, capstone class, I had to look up a whole bunch of information about like Walmart and Kroger and other grocery stores and stuff like
I
that.
think that's I've got a couple buddies who are taking it right now, and that's exactly what it's like.
Yo, you
For
need
policy or for IT management?
the policy.
Policy.
Okay.
Yeah, because after IT management, literally a week later, I started policy. So
Okay.
yeah, that was a really interesting class. It was literally
Y'all's was all about
Who did
grocery
you have for
stores and
policy?
stuff?
Okay.
a lady who
Not
You don't know
the-
your professor's name?
I don't. I honestly, I only know the really wacky professors, and if that says anything with the people that I've talked about in the past, I don't know. But I mean, I do that with people too. Like, because we've been literally in like a million classes together, I know your guys' names. But
And also because we're a little wacky.
that's true. That's very true. Jackie's a little wacky.
Yes. Jackie is wacky.
I think Bradford is his name. I remember
Yes.
his name.
Yes.
Literally, that's the only other person that's kind of outside the group, but still like in contact with the group that like I remember. So
Bradford was the one who came by. I pinned him so wrong. I thought
What do you mean?
I thought Bradford was straight laced, and I worked with him a couple of
yeah.
times. I thought he was completely straight laced and like down to his books and everything.
no, he's
And then he comes by and talks to me and Yuval one day
Yeah,
in
he's a
class.
pretty
and
interesting guy.
Talking to us about psychedelics and
yeah, he's an
That's
interesting
what's
guy. But anyways, I was gonna say where was I going originally from the point? I don't remember. We have really bad memory. Oh, names and remembering and the class. Boom. Backtrack. All right. So policy. So all of you guys still need to take policy, right?
I took
Except
it.
for me. I'm in it right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And who do you have?
Gaffney.
That's who I had.
Is it a lady?
I took him in the
Short lady?
No.
Gaffney's a man.
Gaffney is a man.
Nolan Gaffney?
Just stop with the names.
Who cares? All it takes is Gaffney UNT, and
Nice.
bam, got him.
Greg is.
Although Gaffney is a good professor,
He's
I think.
awesome.
I
I
really
loved
like
him.
him a lot.
I thought he was great.
So how's that class environment? Because for me, taking it over the summer, since it was a condensed class, it was literally go through like a 3-hour PowerPoint or something like that, and then boom, 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 boom. We might get out early sometimes.
Did you have to write papers? How many papers did you write?
Well, I only wrote papers in technical writing. Or not technical writing, the tech whatever.
You didn't write any papers for policy? Not like group papers or anything?
No.
Are you serious?
It was
Oh,
no,
man.
well, okay. We had to write papers, but it wasn't like it was the group projects. That's all we had was group. There's no solo assignments and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
yeah,
we essentially had like I think 4 checkpoints throughout the 5 weeks, and so but each paper built off of it. So it wasn't like once you get through the first huge chunk, then the next chunk.
So did you do like the internal and the external, and then?
What do you mean?
Internal analysis, external analysis.
No, we didn't do any of that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a very condensed. I probably robbed myself from that, but
no, it's okay. So it's still going. So it's kind of premature to ask, but
I mean, school's been in for like
it's
3
true.
months.
It's true. We just started the group work.
Oh, okay. Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah. So like we started. Well, kind of. We started like 2 weeks ago.
Wait, so what was the solo work?
So the internal analysis, we all had to write a paper on our own, and it wasn't crazy. It was like 2 or 3 pages, and then the external analysis of an industry, and then
we did do an industry analysis.
It was actually the other way around, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So and now we're working on a kind of like a fidelity progress report type thing. And they're private, so it's hard to, this is why I know it's hard. It's a strategic advantage,
right?
Because you can't find out anything about them.
Wait, so what's the topic over? What industry are you going over? Is it insurance?
It's securities and brokerage.
Oh, okay.
Which is vague.
Yep.
And it's hard to understand.
For fidelity, that is?
Yes.
Okay.
So the first paper was really challenging because I had to wrap my head around that industry alone.
Sure.
Because it's been a while since I took finance, and yeah.
Yo, I love finance. It's such a good class.
No.
Yeah, you did love finance.
It was a good class.
It's not fun.
Anyways, continue. Sorry to interrupt. Greg knows how much I love finance.
Weirdo.
All right. Continue, Jackie. So you're having a horrible time and you wanted to kill yourself.
No. I got it done. And I did
okay.
well. It wasn't that bad. It was just, annoying.
Okay.
Yeah, well, my team last semester had to write a paper on Fidelity's inclusion with like their community or something like that.
Oh.
And I remember.
Yeah, I think it's about corporate social responsibility.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
That's
vaguely remember.
Okay.
But I remember I had like 3 or 4 people on my team that were finance majors. So thankfully I didn't have to touch any of those numbers.
Lucky.
Yeah, I was really lucky. All I did was I just wrote a bunch of things for specific subjects, and then I did a lot of spell checking and no, well,
you got
like
to do the details.
not just spell checking, but like reformatted paragraphs. There was one girl who was really smart who had like a 3.8 plus GPA or something, and she did great with all the financial numbers and everything, but she didn't know how to space her paragraphs. She would write like 500 words, and it was just this big chunk of text, and she didn't split it up at all. But I mean, obviously, she was a smart student, but it's more pleasant to read if it's split up. So
that's where that
I had to go in there
and
edit a lot of her stuff.
Wait, hold. So Jackie, was your group okay, or is your group okay so far? First impressions.
So I like the people in the group first of all because I know some of them, but we have 2 marketing and one of them is a double marketing and logistics, and then we have 2 decision sciences, and I'm not sure what the other one is, and then me, BCIS. We have no financial people in there.
That's
not even accounting. So but he did that. We were short accounting, I think. We were short in the class. We were short accounting and financial. And he gave us 2 decision sciences because he thought that it would take, I don't know.
So he assigns these, and he doesn't even have enough of the other majors?
Yeah, they just split it up. Yeah,
or does he have like 4 of the finances together?
I don't think so. He takes suggestions or like recommendations.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, what? Oh, you got randomly assigned.
So it's like Becker, where you like say who you want in your group, and then if you don't have a group, he just puts you in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened with my class, and I didn't know this was going to be such a heavy finance class, but thankfully. My class was like 80% finance majors or something.
Wow.
And they all got stuck in my business policy class.
Wow.
When I took finance, I literally like threw my hands up in the air afterwards. It's like, I never have to deal with this again.
And then it comes.
And
right
now
back.
I'm back in it.
Wow.
That's
Fun fact. Well, okay, hold on. So you had to do presentation at the end of yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we had 2 presentations.
And so everybody did a fair. You think, relatively speaking, everyone did a fair workload and stuff like that?
Yeah. My team did actually really good about splitting it up. As far as presenting, though, there was one girl who kind of just took it all upon herself. She didn't present everything. Like, we all had parts, but she presented maybe 5 minutes or, I don't know, 8 minutes of the 15-minute presentation, and I talked for like a minute 30 or something.
it's a 50-minute.
15.
Oh,
15,
15.
sorry.
Yeah, we ended up
How far
for
did
an
you guys
hour.
get? Did you have to take the final?
What do you mean? Yeah.
Like, did you get to round 2?
Round 2 with like our presentation?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
what?
did we
You
get-
had rounds?
Yeah.
Ah!
Well, I heard that if you did really well in your presentation and Fidelity liked your idea, they'd invite you to their
And that would be round
their
3.
campus or whatever. And then
What?
Yeah.
Wow, I really robbed myself. I just got cake at the end of mine.
we can get
Did you at
jacked.
least compete for money?
It was competing for, I think, like a gift card. So, yeah.
That's what the
So,
summer
this
kids
was
get.
like a case competition, like with 4720?
Yeah, except there's money involved, and
How much
it's
money?
like
It
they're
was like
awarding.
$800.
Are you serious? Oh, for like a group, though. For the whole
Per
group?
person, I
Per
think.
person.
What?
Per
So wait,
person.
Are you kidding me?
Fidelity invested $10,000 to this program per semester.
Are you kidding me? Seriously?
Yeah.
Why didn't any advisor tell me to take it during the fall semester?
Well, you have to win it though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
But I mean, my group won the 4720. So
That is
obviously-
so
It's so
different.
different. It's so
Okay,
different.
well, still,
It's so different.
Did your 4720 have a competition
Yeah.
with money? Because
Yeah.
Windsor hasn't mentioned anything.
He hasn't?
Oh, no.
I was just
I wonder if
expecting
they ran out
it.
of money.
Probably
One of the
out of all the
department.
classes. to
No,
cut,
I
they
think
cut
he
these
canned
guys.
it. Dude, I think he canned it because the last year's winners, Quan Yin,
Uh-huh.
I'm friends with him, and he still hasn't gotten his money yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he goes to Windsor and asks him. Windsor's like, "Go talk to the finance people."
Yeah, you do have to talk to them, and then they'll
Because
send
you've all
you
got
money.
his.
Yeah, I got my money.
So real quick,
Yeah,
you go to the finance.
yeah. You go to the
account.
department. Yeah.
Do you go to like student like scholarship and aid, or do you go to?
I think
account?
yeah, I think I talked to the scholar because they because it'll actually show up on your
Account.
and then as a scholarship type deal,
And then
So-
they release it.
and then they distribute it to you. Yeah.
What, cash?
No, it's
Check?
well they whatever
To your-
I think
After
Higher
tax,
one?
you get
I
like
s-
$30.
no. It was I set up a banking account through
Hire one.
no, not Hire. It was like Vibe or something. Or I forget the account. It was an online service that UNT uses to distribute money and stuff like that. Like
Okay.
if you had any rollover from your loans or scholarship that didn't go to pay for your school, it would be put into an account.
Yeah.
And then you just link that account to your bank account, and I just got transferred to my checkings.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, no, Windsor just tells you he wins, and then he notifies the area the people, and then it's handled. He doesn't do any of that.
Oh, okay.
So
All
yeah.
right. That's enough of that.
All right. Well, yeah. So okay, hold on. So back to this $10,000 that you could have won. Like this is is this?
It wasn't $10,000 that we.
I don't
won.
care.
No.
Still.
It's
Yeah.
like it's because they have first, second place, I think, and because there's like 7 people per team, it ends up accumulate like that much money.
I really should take. Okay, because honestly, fun fact, guys.
Maybe a little less than that, and they just pocket the rest. I'm not really sure.
I'm sure they probably pocket a little bit, but fun fact: during my summer, I was the only one who presented, and my whole team of like 8 people, I was the only one.
You can't
because-
tell because
For
listeners,
policy?
but my mouth is gaping open.
For
in shock.
the capstone class. Probably the last half because I was the team captain, and so because I was
Of course
like,
you were. You always
sure.
were.
Well, I mean, Jacquie was the team captain a few times.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they assign the group. They say, okay, someone pick a team captain, and I was like, okay, I'll be the team captain. Literally, just oh my gosh, the people in my group, and they were nice people. They were genuinely nice people, but like it was so difficult for me, especially because I feel like I got stuck with a group that could never meet. It was kind of like us, but worse, because everyone was like living. Literally, everyone lived just in some random direction, and so having to meet on campus was so hard. And
especially during the summer because it's so jam packed.
Plus, people are working more during the summer and stuff like that. And so it was all right at the beginning part, and then towards the end, people started puttering out, and I had to have conversations with people saying, "Hey, look, just come on, man, like let's do this." And so towards the very end, I was just like, "Okay, so what are we gonna do for the presentations?" And everyone was just kind of like.
They just all looked at you.
and seriously, I was just like, okay, look, I'm fed up with this. This is my last class. I'll do it.
Did they get full points for that?
Yes, I believe so. No. So I think I think everyone got a B for the presentation, but I got an A because I presented / I was the team captain / I think the professor felt bad for me or something like that.
He knew. He knew what
she knew. Yes, she did.
She knew.
Don't try and gender identify her.
It knew.
And it wasn't you
It really
taking
knew.
over the whole thing. It was
No, it was
that
literally
they just
like-
put it all on you, so you really had no choice.
Okay, they didn't put it all on me, but no one was willing to step forward. No one was stepping forward, and no one was saying, I'm going to be there, I'll help, I'll present. I was like, hey, insert person A, are you comfortable presenting this thing? Hey, person B, can you present what person A has to present? And I was just like, look, you know what? I'm done. And so
How many finance majors when you're...
I had like 2 finance majors and an accounting major, and it was the accounting major, I believe, who had to do everything for the finance majors.
Really?
And it was like, and our numbers were off, and honestly, I really liked the concept because we had to talk about the grocery industry, and it was very current because it was about Amazon taking over Whole Foods, and so we had to develop a business plan.
That's really cool.
Yeah, we had to develop a business plan for Whole Foods, like how, and obviously we couldn't say get bought out by Amazon, but this was like right before the cusp, so this was a Whole Foods, was like losing a bunch of money, was always in the red. How can we get them out of the red? And so a lot of people went toward a lot of the ideas and stuff like that.
This was before Amazon bought Whole Foods?
Well, this is during the process. It was during the
I
process.
didn't know anything about it until just recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people had really interesting ideas. Doing an online initiative through Whole Foods and having delivery and all sorts of stuff. And so I think we came up with a Whole Foods membership, like essentially Whole Foods Prime or something like that. But it had different perks and different abilities and bonuses and stuff like that. But
Kind of like a Sam's Club or a Costco.
yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
But I
Pay for a
mean,
membership
yeah.
to access.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
smart.
yeah.
That's smart. It's worked
So-
for them.
Yeah. So but now I feel robbed because I would have much rather just stayed an extra semester and then won $10,000.
Yeah, why
Like-
didn't you?
No,
Seriously.
you had a real job.
I mean, I could have still worked part time at the job, and because
I guess.
they just recently brought me on full time.
You would,
so
if you were to, get a team good enough to go for money, I mean, first of all, you'd need a good team to do that. I don't think you could do it all on your own.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I can't do it all on my own. But like, if I had a ragtag group of team members
I think
like you
the
guys,
team members would have been more motivated though if there was money involved
oh
too.
for sure.
My
But,
team
like-
didn't care. They were like, I just want to
They
get
Well, it's a lot bigger.
this grade and get out. Like,
Yeah,
Well, I
it's
need
true.
the grade grubbers and like the pushy people who need to be.
My
on
team just doesn't want to have to.
I
do
need
this.
Jacquie on my team.
I think you take for granted, Yuval, that no one else has had Kumi Kamali.
Yo,
We
okay.
were the only ones that had him, and he
The
made
Greg
it to
had
the
Kumi
stars.
Kamali.
I
Yeah.
didn't. I didn't.
Yeah, we had him.
missed
He
out.
ran away to California,
I guess I
right?
did.
He ran away to be a superstar in California.
Yeah.
But you take
Lefty.
for granted that's why you're so good, Kumi Kamali, and they
That's
haven't had
true.
him, so it's going to be a lot
Have y'all
harder
seen
to
the
win
Sociable app? It's blown up.
that. Have you?
Is it off the
looked
market?
at
or
Yeah.
on-
Do you guys not have them on your friends
No,
list?
I downloaded it whenever it first released, but
Do you not have them on your friends list?
no, I don't.
Of what? Sociable?
Yeah.
I don't.
Kumi
have-
Kamali?
Yeah.
Do you still have Sociable?
Yeah, let me show
Pull
you.
it up. Pull up Sociable.
I really want to look to see
Okay,
if
so
it's
real
out
quick,
there.
Jack, did you talk about Sociable at all?
No.
Okay, so during the time of what was this, 3615 or something like that?
Yeah.
So 3615,
Okay.
it was a presentation class. It was all
Right.
about like coming up with a thing, making a speech.
It was like
creative.
speech class 2.0.
It was.
But
with
yeah.
PowerPoint.
But it was a more emphasis on your business and blah blah blah. But anyways, so we had this guy Kui Kamali, and he had a buddy who I guess was an app developer at the time, and literally for bonus points and stuff like that, instead of doing just a generic whatever thing, it was like go download Sociable and then do a thing and then tell us about your experience with social. Like we were essentially like these beta testers
That's
for Sociable.
pretty funny.
But
That's pretty cool.
and it is hilarious. But I think what was it? Towards the end of the class, the actual guy came into the class and like
We
presented.
talked for like 30 plus minutes or
Yeah,
something.
and he was
on
just
the
talking
table.
about Sociable, and he was the most. At least to me, I thought he was
Least
the most.
charismatic.
Yeah, like he
person
was just
ever.
dreary, and he was just kind of like the very stereotypical.
It's probably low on vitamin D. Just saying.
Probably. But the very stereotypical engineer / computer science major, like the super.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
him. He was
yeah.
just like.
He was
Trying-
nice
trying
too, but
Guys,
Hey, it was
I know,
nice,
I
but-
know, like we're all BCIS majors and stuff, but get your vitamin D. I mean, it's important.
It is very important. But yeah, no, that was
Don't
really,
say it.
That was a really interesting class. Go ahead, Greg. Say it.
I don't remember what I was
Never
gonna
mind,
say.
never mind,
It's
never
for the
mind.
world
I
to-
thought,
to
okay,
hear.
I thought it was a vitamin D.
Did you know
thing.
that Donald Trump listens
D
to this
joke or
podcast?
something?
Yeah.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, he listens to this podcast.
Oh no.
What?
He really does. He tweeted at me.
No, you didn't.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, you're right. He didn't.
He tweets at everyone.
I mean, he
Not
tweets at everyone else
surprising.
except for me. So, all right. So moving on to instead of just like gossiping and shit talking about everybody. All right. So with everything from UNT, knowing what you know and knowing, the relative comparison to other schools of education that you could have gone to, and your entire experience and everything like that, be real, is UNT worth it? Is it, you think, for the most part?
For me, I feel like, I haven't been to really any other big schools.
Mm-hmm. Knowing the fact that there are big schools out there that...
To me, it feels like you just get what you put in. There are a lot of schools that I feel like would be the same exact as UNT, where mm-hmm. students can, find ways to get around things and not really put in much effort and get through. Mm-hmm. And then there are people that work hard and are going to, make something of themselves. So regardless of the school that they go to.
So taking that factor out, just the resources UNT had and the buildings, cost, but do a marginal benefit analysis.
Okay, hold on, give me a second.
All right, doing the graph in your head.
I'm writing it down. Hold on.
I'll go next.
All right, go for it.
Unless Jackie.
No, go ahead. I'm still writing.
She's actually writing it down. From a philosophical standpoint, from whether or not college in general was worth it, no. This is just another barrier to keep people as sharecroppers, I believe.
Okay.
Because in reality, University of YouTube, anybody who could just Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah.
You paid $50,000 when you could have paid $3 in late fees to the library to learn the same crap.
Yeah.
Yep. I believe that.
Okay.
Literally everything we've learned, I have taught myself through YouTube and reading Stack Exchange and everything else. Mm-hmm. So but that aside, just colleges are all this, we're all going to have to go to college.
They get you a piece of paper at the end that
says, get a piece of paper at the end. Whether or not UNT compares to the other colleges, I would compare UNT low because I don't think they care about their students. They F you over every chance they get. If I have someone steal my ID, I've got to go pay them another $10 to get an ID. If I pay for a parking pass, I have nowhere to park.
Yeah, that's the
thing. They charge you for everything here. It's it's so frustrating.
So after you've already, gone to UNT, there's no leeway. They don't look at you and say, "Why did you park in this spot? Is there something going on with your life? Is there a problem?"
Yeah.
They just say, "Fuck you. Sorry, you can bleep that out later."
Oh, I don't bleep out words. It's okay.
And then hit you with a fine.
Right.
They don't care that you succeed or not. Mm-hmm. I think they just want as much students as many students as they can get.
I agree. Parking is pretty ridiculous.
Well, I think parking in general just is. I don't know if that's a valid. I don't know if that's a valid way to compare the status of UNT based on parking.
All right, education-wise...
I understand the message that you were trying to push there, but...
Education-wise, it varies based on the professors,
mm-hmm.
and I've gone through computer science department and BCIS department.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of rampant that we're getting professors who shouldn't be professors, not, old men, with tenure, and also people who were American students
mm-hmm.
trying, have a professor who speaks English relatively well.
I understand that.
And then we layer on top of that, it's a Pearson education half the time.
That's true. We've done.
We have a MyLab for everything.
That's true. But I think that's mostly for like the
lower
homework.
level.
It usually
for what I was gonna say, like finance, accounting, because I think those are the only times
those are pre-business, I think. Right?
Yeah, like pre-business, the accounting, math, business calculus. I do agree that was, but paralleling to that is a word. Whatever. Parallel to that, don't you think? If anything, what you consider UNT, how valuable the information was. Sure, you could have done everything on your own, but the question is, Jared now versus Jared who didn't go to college and is now. Do you think you'd ever have a structured environment where you can do that? Because
I know what you're saying. Because I remember earlier you said that you need someone to. I think you said you need someone to force you to do it. You to do it.
Yeah.
Which is what school provides a lot of people.
Uh-huh. It kind of provides a structure.
Exactly.
Kind of.
And I get that. I'm really just more self-motivated to do the things I want to do, though. So,
mm-hmm.
Going out, we go through, we grow up here in America. You go to elementary school, middle school, high school, and then boom, you're out. Everybody tells you got to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
So you sign right up, and then you start doing college. But you think that, I needed the college to teach me what I wanted, how to do what I want to do. But if we had just taken that time to teach ourselves what we wanted to do, I think we could have just done it.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't know what you need to know.
That's true. It's a hard place to start from. It's really hard.
I feel like especially if your ultimate goal is to get a job. Sometimes you don't really know what they expect until you're actually sitting in the chair during an interview and you're like, crap, I didn't learn that yet, so back to the drawing board. And then, you know what I mean? I feel like it could be a little more challenging. I don't know.
Kind of almost like the university. University provides you, here's a starting package of what you will, all the tools and stuff like that. Then what extra stuff is you go do it on your own.
Yeah.
So, because I can bounce off that point, because definitely I appreciate what I learned here at the university, just because, you know, and I mean, people, I feel like people say it hundreds of times, but like, you know, you're not learning specific information, you're learning how to learn. You know, you're learning, being able to go to Stack Overflow and understanding how that works, and being able to utilize resources and stuff like that. Like
time management is probably one of the biggest things
that's
you
also
get out
true.
Of school.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. Being able to stack on top of work and school.
Learning how to collaborate. That's big in our.
That's very true.
In our degree, at least.
Oh yeah, because what I mean after our Jared, I'll let you talk in a second. But
it's fine.
I mean, if you're wincing in pain, I gotta let you talk, man.
It's okay.
But
raise your hand next time.
Please raise your hand again. No, I don't know. Post your pre-business or whatever. Whenever you actually declared a BCIS, I feel like probably half of the classes were all group work. It was all definitely, hey, here's a project, do it, and here are the parameters. And so how you were able to manage and stuff like that. Because I mean, honestly, I think that the best class that I've had out of all of the group work and the time management and the understanding and trying to implement all that. Is 4610.
Yeah, that was good.
It was very much.
We had a really good team.
We did have.
I'm rolling my eyes.
It was the dream
Jack.
team. And actually, it's actually kind of funny because how we were talking about doing APIs and stuff like that to integrate with Facebook and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I'm kind of doing that right now with my work, and it's really
awesome.
cool. We're doing like web services and stuff like that, and I'm not going to get super into it, but a lot of this stuff. Go ahead.
Do we have a team name? I'm just trying to remember.
Team 7. Or wait, was it
Team 66?
Team 66?
That's what I wanted to say.
I think it was Team 66.
Team 66.
AKA 7.
AKA 7. But
it was a year ago. I'm just having flashbacks thinking about it.
But like legitimately, I think what I use now in the office is 4610, 4720, knowing and understanding, what was it, 4830, what is the networking?
4680.
4680, yeah. That class, all of the databases, I think those were very key so that I can understand how SQL works with the back end and how I can just pick my nose in a database and like try and find out what I need to find out. So I definitely think it was really key, and you know, I hate some of my coworkers, but I know how to work with them. So So go ahead, Jared. What were you going to say? Were we going to shit talk on me? Gonna dump a load of
gonna dump a load.
Truth.
No, I just felt like, I guess college is different for everybody, and the fact is we're basically living in a system where everybody needs it if they want to live a comfortable lifestyle.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, yeah, I did get some out of it for learning how to learn and things like that. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, if I hadn't gotten the scholarship right out of high school, I wish that I hadn't. I kind of got locked in by that. It was too good of a deal to like
pass it
up.
Sense.
It was too good of a deal to pass it up, so I had to do it. Mm-hmm. But for me, I feel like I've been doing high school all over again. I haven't had, you know, the group work. Yeah, I know how to work with groups. I know how to do speech. I know how to, you know, go on to Stack Exchange and YouTube and figure out how to use this programming interface and all that. Meanwhile, I'm stuck here in these classes with kids who still don't understand subfolder file structure and how to do directories.
True.
You know,
for
what I did get out of it, I could have.
I guess
I'm more
you just weren't
entrepreneurial.
in the right degree. Like maybe you just weren't in a challenging enough degree.
That's true. Well, part of it is BCIS is a easier degree.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just don't think that UNT specifically. It's not really UNT. It's just degrees over in general.
I know what you're saying about how society has almost made it necessary for you to live comfortably. You have to get a degree and get a better paying a job. You can't just live off of a lower skilled income. And it makes it really challenging.
Yeah.
Granted, because of this, because we're driving so many students to go into college and to get their degrees.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see an issue with non-skilled workers, not having very many of those, such as, or not non-skilled workers,
Like
but
the labor-intensive.
Yeah,
less
skilled
degree.
workers, that's what I meant. Like, like plumbers and
Well, actually,
Stuff like that.
fun fact about plumbers. Apparently, there are, like what you've said, there are not a lot of plumbers. And so you go to a trade school and you follow someone who does plumbing / go to a company that does that kind of stuff. Yeah. You can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like starting out, you probably could make up to the $100,000 mark, just because it's a skill that not everyone has.
I've heard that even with things like welding or something.
Yeah.
welding,
You know of Micro,
mechanics.
No.
Micro from Dirty Jobs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know Dirty Jobs.
He's big on this stuff too.
Yeah.
How he's saying that we're going to run out of welders and plumbers and farmers and all that stuff because everyone just wants to get a college degree and sit in an office and make 6 figures.
Right.
No one wants to go out there and get dirty and
I
dirty
mean,
like his show. But.
even now, I definitely think, because I think degrees now have been so flooded and just
they're devalued.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That
they really
realistically, if you want to get one of those office jobs or those, I did quotes, quote office jobs, quote higher paying jobs, degrees just get you through the door.
Yeah.
I think that is. And
It's literally just when you put in your resume, you get out of they throw yours away into the throwaway pile if you don't have a degree on there.
Right.
Then you get put into the rest of the pile.
And just letting you guys know, it is 6:33, so I know you guys do have class. So if you want to skedoodle,
I'll skedoodle.
I'm skedoodling.
All right.
So we'll put to a close at least this segment, and then we can continue from there. No, it's all good. But across the room, Jared, any last minute thoughts or any closing remarks? Oh, all right, he's coming back. Thank you.
I appreciate everything we've done and everything. I didn't mean to step on anybody or anything. I just I just feel I am not satisfied completely. I guess is my point. I'm not satisfied.
Okay.
UNT hasn't satiated me.
That's good. Greg, anything? No? Silent? All right. How many times have we talked about The Office at UNT?
A lot. Lots of quotes. Lots of good episodes. I've been watching.
in every single group project.
Yeah. There will be Michael Scott in every corner of every PowerPoint.
It's
that
true.
Of course. and that's just... That's
Even if it's just a pixel big.
That is very true. Jacquie, anything? Any closing remarks?
No, not really. I think covered.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yo, what's up? Oh, you're going to say something? All right.
I was going to think about doing something.
All right. Well, appreciate everyone listening to this podcast. Hope we didn't bore you, and hope you're not super PO'd or anything. Go to college. Honestly, go ahead.
I don't know if your listeners knew what all of those codes were that we were talking, like the school codes that we were talking about.
We
were sailing through those,
probably
and
not,
I was
yeah,
like,
we're just talking
I don't know if
normal
they
conversation.
will know any of that, but it's okay.
I mean, I feel like we talked about context for the most part of it.
In context. Hopefully you'll figure it out.
That's true.
If not, leave it in the comments.
Direct message me or email me or leave it. What are you talking about? So, but yeah, appreciate listening. Hope you guys have a good night, evening, morning, whenever you're listening to this. So, peace out. And that is the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. If not, stay tuned. Maybe we'll have another one that you will enjoy. Just wanted to give a shout out again to Haven Cottage Investments for making this possible. If you have any questions about what a house is, what do you do in a house, how do you buy a house, how do you sleep in a house, literally anything at all, you need to give him an email, and you need to give him a phone call, and you need to give him anything that revolves around contacts. Yeah, give him a call, people. It's good. It's good.
Out of paper, out of stock, with friendly faces around the block. Break loose from the chains that are causing you pain. Call Mike and Stanley, Jim DeWine and Creek. Call Andy and Kelly for your business paper needs. Call Dunder Mifflin. People, persons, paper, people. Dunder Mifflin.
Stop. This is not me. It's not my music.
You're right. It's better than you. It's us. Dunder Mifflin. People, persons,
No, I hate it. I hate it. I don't hate it. I just don't like it at all. and it's terrible.